Hello again. Welcome to the world of Triads. Music 101. This is Jesse Cloninger. This is video 4 in my series all about triads, or triads and you. So what we're going to do today is we're going to build triads only from having the chord symbols. So here I'm going to arbitrarily write in some chord symbols here. Arbitrarily. That's funny. Let's see. What's a good diminished chord? How about D diminished? So let's look at this first one. What we have here is capital E flat. There's no plus signs, there's no zeros or anything. So what this tells us is this needs to be an E flat major triad. So we know that the first note is going to be an E flat. We're going to do this kind of the way it is in the book. So we're going to have the root, then we're going to fill in the third, then we're going to fill in the fifth, then we'll fill in the whole triad. So third, this is pretty much how you have to do it in real life, so we might as well do it that way. Real life in the book. So, if you remember from my first semi-famous triad video, we know that triads are always on either adjacent lines or on adjacent spaces. So that'll help us because we know if the root of the triad, because the name is E flat, that's the first note in the triad. If the root of the triad is on E, or E flat in this case, the third is going to be some sort of G, and I'm going to make it very small. Some sort of B, and some sort of B is going to be the fifth. And so, let's go through the process now. We know this is a major triad, so this is going to have a major third, and this is going to have a perfect fifth. So, we need to figure out what note is a major third above E flat. So our generic interval, we're going to count up 3, E, F, G. So it's going to be some sort of G, which we already knew based on the rules. We're just doing our homework here. We know that a major third has 4 half steps, so we're going to count up from E flat on the piano, which would actually give us a G. So E flat to G, major third. So now we go into the perfect fifth. So we're going to count from E flat, the generic interval of 5, E, F, G, A, B. Boom! So we knew based on the rule of triads it was going to be some sort of B, but it's good to do the work. So now we need to count 7 half steps for a perfect fifth. If we count that on our keyboard, we're going to count from E flat up 7. It's going to end up being a B flat. And so now we're going to fill in this E flat major triad over here. We're just going to copy these notes across. So here's the G, here's our B flat, and there's our E flat major triad. Let's do the next one. So the next example, we're in bass clef, lowercase g. If we look at our triad sheet, we know that the triads that only use lowercase letters, it means it's a minor triad. There's no other symbols we have to worry about here. So this is implying that we are going to be dealing with G minor triad. So the root or the name of the triad is G. So it's going to start on G. And because of that, I didn't mean to do this, but it's in the same place. We're going to have some sort of B, some sort of D in the triad. Just because remember, triads are always written on adjacent lines or adjacent spaces. So it's a minor triad, so we know the third is going to be a minor third. We're going to have a perfect fifth. Copy these G's across here. So a minor third above G, G, A, B. It's going to be some sort of B. Minor third has 3 half steps. If we count that on the piano, it's going to be a B flat. We could even fill that in right now over here. Here, draw some arrows while we're at it. Arrows, action lines. Okay, moving on. So we had a minor third, now we have a perfect fifth. So perfect fifth above G, G, A, B, C, D. Some sort of D. Perfect fifth has 7 half steps, so if we count 7 half steps from G, that actually does give us a D. So G minor triad has G, B flat, and a D, which is G minor. Moving on to our next example. Here we have a capital F with a plus sign. Now this is not a good grade if you were to get this on the final. I think actually an F plus would be sort of an insulting grade, but it's not even possible. Regardless, this obviously tells us that it's an F augmented, so it's a capital F, capital letter with a plus sign. So F augmented. I can say I've never given an F plus. So we're going to fill it in. It's an F augmented triad, so the name or the first degree of the triad is F. So we'll copy that across there. So we know that an augmented triad from the triad sheet has a major third and has an augmented fifth. So a major third above F, F, G, A. We count 4 half steps because it's a major third, which does give us an A, so that's done. An augmented fifth above A, the generic interval there is a fifth, so, sorry, above F. So an augmented fifth above F, the generic interval 5, F, G, A, B, C. Now we need to count carefully on this one. It's going to be 8 half steps on the piano because it's an augmented fifth. So we count up, and that's actually going to give us a C sharp. So the notes in an F augmented triad are F, A, and C sharp. Last but not least, we have a lowercase d with a circle or a diminished sign. So this is a D diminished. So we're going to find our D here, copy that all through here. Now diminished triads have a minor third and have a diminished fifth. So a minor third above D, D, E, F, it's going to be some sort of F. And minor third would have 3 half steps if we count that on the piano. It is in fact an F natural, so that's done. And a diminished fifth above D, D, E, F, G, A. It's going to be some sort of A. Now it's diminished fifth, so we need to go to our piano and we're going to count 6 half steps, which is going to give us an A flat. So the notes in a D diminished triad are D, F, and A flat. And so that is how we start with only a chord symbol, and we get to the point where we have the written triad. Bye-bye.